Hey guys, welcome back. This is Jackson, the Jackster, and we are going to do a tutorial today. If you're interested in a frog-like farm with a magma cube spawner, this is where we're going to do it. It's going to be redstone free. We're going to use some hoppers for collection and storage, but other than that, no redstone. Very simple, very easy. Considering it's a nether build, it's pretty easy for the nether. Anyway, so if you guys are interested, like I said, stick around and we'll get started right now. Okay guys, you're going to need, for this build, you're going to need 49 buckets of powdered snow, and I would get a couple extra, so say 55. Same with the hoppers, you're going to need that for the collection, 49 for the floor, and then you need a couple extra to connect that to, and depending on how you do your storage, and I would suggest at least 4 chests because it's going to do pretty good for the farm. At least 4 of those. You will need 10 stacks of glass, and then you'll need 49 pieces of carpet. You might bring a couple extra just in case too. So that's your main supplies you're going to need just for the farm itself. When you clear out the area, you'll end up with a bunch of blocks probably. So you could use those blocks instead of glass. You don't have to use glass on any of this, even the checkerboard. But I think if you put the farm in the time in to build this farm, you might want to have it kind of like a showcase of your build. So, all right, guys, let's get on with the build. Okay, we can see the spawner there. So what we're going to need to do is spawn proof as much as we can of this area. First of all, we need to get over here and block off the spawner, and basically the way you can do that is you need to know the spawn range of the spawner. We'll break that, and I'm just going to clean up part of this to show you kind of what you need to do here real quick. So it can spawn out 4 blocks in each direction, so we want to mark those off. Or below 2. So close off your spawner. And I'll be back when I get this finished, showing you kind of what you need to do it. Okay guys, now once you get the box covered up so the magma spawner stops spawning, then the next thing we're going to need to do is build a glass box around it. And then for the collection area underneath, we're going to need to remove a bunch of lava down here. And it just kind of depends on what your area is, but most of these bastions I've ever come across, that's what you got underneath it, is lava like this. So you're going to use sand or gravel or something to drop into it to replace the lava, because you're going to need to get rid of it. You could bucket it up. It could vary on the distance, how deep it is. So next, go ahead and do that. I'm going to cut and I'll remove it, and then I'll come back and we'll show you the next steps. Okay, now that we got our area cleaned out of basically all the lava where we can work out, we've got the spawner covered in a 9 by 9 cube of glass. Next, we're going to start off, and the next layer will be, we're going to go down 2 more blocks of glass, and at this layer we're going to do a checkerboard. I'll show you what I mean by a checkerboard, and this is going to allow the small slimes, magma cubes, to drop down to the frogs. Okay, So we have this layer right here. I'm going to break back up in here. And all you want to do is come in here. On the inside, we're going to cover these with blocks too. Fill this in. We go across. And then here, it doesn't matter which corner you start or whatever, just count over one and break it. And the next layer, stagger those. Same with the next one. And as long as you keep this checkerboard pattern going, it doesn't matter which one you start out with. So we broke that one, so we'll go to the next one here. Just like that. Okay, and so we can go ahead and fill these in. You're going to need to have an area where you can get out. But then the next step in this, where we have some powdered snow. Since I'm being creative, it's easy for me to get that. And you're going to have to bucket it up. I noticed one thing, like when I was building it, the farm, and you're just going to want to go one block above your checkerboard area and place these in. If you got a bunch and your bucket starts switching out, you could just use your pick block bucket or your pick block key, and that'll allow you to get to the next bucket. And we're just going to go ahead and fill all these up just like this, the whole layer here, and make sure you don't miss a spot. Place that one wrong. And like I said, you gotta have a place to get out, so just break a hole there. And then we'll cover this back up with glass. Okay. This is the part where we're gonna build the magma slimes. Will drop down out of the spawner into this onto the checkerboard. If they're 3 or 2, the medium or the large size magma cubes, they'll break down into the single ones, and then the small ones will be able to drop down into the next layer. So now we're going to go down 3 more levels. You can do 2 also if you just want to do 2, but I'm going to do 3, and I'll be back when I get all these placed. Okay, the next thing, we're going to go ahead and put some hoppers in next. So I suggest that you can get a couple chests. Take your chest. And you're going to need your hoppers. Place 2 chests there. And we'll have another chest there underneath. And then we're going to point into this chest here. And so your area underneath here, we're just going to place all the hoppers in. Just like that, and make sure they're pointing into the next hopper so that they all funnel in towards the chest. This one down there we placed, we don't need. Oh, actually we do need that one because that allows them to go down. So we'll just keep shift clicking the hoppers into the next one. You can see where the nipple of the hopper is going into the other hopper. And then we can just come across here like this. And it doesn't matter which way, if you want to go in like this, or if you want to feed them in this way. It's the farm's going to be kind of fast, but it's not going to be fast enough where it's going to overwhelm the hoppers. So as long as they're all going into the next hopper to be able to feed into our chest over here, that's all we need to do. All right, so we can use these for kind of like stairs. Climb up here. And actually, we're going to need to be able to get in here again. So, you may need some blocks over here. I'm going to put some glass for here for right now, so we could get in. And then we're going to need to place carpets on top of these. So let's grab some carpet of your choice, your color. I'm going to use white. And I'm just shift placing these. Okay guys, we're got almost all of it done here. We got our collection system, we got our killing section, and we're going to need to bring our frogs in next. I'm in creative, so I'm just going to spawn some in here. This might be like one of the harder things for you to do is get the frogs, because you got to go to a swamp or mangrove swamp to get the frogs. Okay, and then you want to get one from each biome if you want all the 3 different colors. And so you need a temperate, which will be like your plains or whatever, so you can hatch the frog there. The swamp one would be your one, and then you want one from a desert. Actually, your swamp will be one, and then you need one from an ice biome and one from a desert biome. So those are your 3 biomes that you're going to need to get your frogs from. So I don't think we can switch those over, so let's see. We get frogs. Yeah, it's not going to let us choose which one, but once you get your frogs in here, I suggest about 12 frogs. How many do we got here right now? Don't leave us. Oh, he left us, so. We got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Clean that up. Okay, we're almost done. So the next thing you want to do is get some scaffolding or whatever to come up to here. Let's build that up. I'm going to cut and I'll be right back, guys. All right, next like I said, we're going to get some scaffolding or blocks or whatever you need to use. And we're going to build up until we get up here where our spawner is. And then we want to break the glass. Only break to the least amount that you can, so that if you get them start spawning the magnet cubes, they're not going to jump out. They could hit you, so you want to be prepared for right now. But all we're going to do is just break these. And I'm trying to stay in here like what you would. You could have other mobs, like right here where we have and I accidentally broke that. But you can see all your blocks are going to drop down. So let's go ahead and fill that space back up. So if you do accidentally hit that, you're going to have another bucket. So you want to have a few extra buckets of powdered snow too. So let's continue. We'll break these out. You can see the magma slime is starting to spawn now. So you're going to break the bottom ones first. And you might have to go around to all 3 or all 4 sides for this to remove all the blocks. So let's get these moved, and I'll keep going here. Just like that, you could have one spawn in on you. So you could have Endermen spawn in here too, at this height here. If they do, they'll take cold damage, so it will weaken them if it doesn't kill them. Okay, so like I said, you may get somewhere you have to go around to the other side to finish this off. So you just want to make sure you close the back off the glass. Go around to the other side. I'm in creative, like I said, so you would just need to bring your scaffolding over to the other side and repeat this process here. Breaking all the blocks that we placed to stop the spawner from working before. And, you know, there we go. So we're going to get it. We almost got it done. And you'll see that the spawn rates are pretty good here with the spawner. The magma cubes at the height that we built this, they'll drop down far enough to get out of the spawner range. So when the next time for some to spawn, they'll spawn. And you can see the checkerboard here. What happens, like I said, if they're 3 tall or 2 tall magma cube, let's remove these. They'll break down to the 1 tall or the baby magma cubes, and then it'll drop down, and then the frogs will have their buffet. At the 3 height that I built this, you can see the Enderman can't spawn in here. So if you want to avoid that, you can make this bottom layer here the collection area in the frog killing, where the frogs eat the magma cubes. You can make that just too high if you wanted to. And you can spawn proof the rest of this however you want. I would suggest probably if you're worried about it, just make this 2 blocks high and build another box around your box here. You can build it with whatever blocks you want. And as we were clearing that out, we've already got 3/4 of a stack. And you can see it just keeps coming in. And you will get some magma cream. You will have some loss of magma cream right here, but that's okay. And any blocks that we broke that fell down here, if they didn't drop all the way through, they'll despawn after 5 minutes, so not to worry about those. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll try to do some time lapse to see how long or see what kind of rates we get. This is actually on the Broke Rock server where I built this. We have the video if it hasn't come out yet. It will be out soon. Love Dust and I done a collab on this, so make sure you go check our video out too. And like I said, if you have any powdered snow that gets removed while you're doing it in the process, you'll need to replace that. Just like so. It's like I said, if the Endermen get in there, they'll take freezing damage right there, as you can see that one shaking, and they'll probably spawn back out of it or teleport out. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the farm. Let me know down in the description or in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next video.